Right. Yeah, weather today is great. It's like perfect. Well, I mean almost perfect. There's a nice blue sky, but there are some trails going about. It's kind of unfortunate, but I mean it's not really covering things up completely, and there's still a lot of sun coming through. And it's just a really beautiful day today. Despite the trails, because it's like it's nice and warm. It's not so lower humidity compared to yesterday. It did actually go and storm like it predicted, and there was thunder and lightning. So yeah, got what I want. I'm almost a little bit disappointed that the lightning didn't hit closer by. But yeah, I mean, it did its thing. It had its effect, and I feel great today. Just like feel cleared up, and it's just nice and warm. I went out for groceries before the show, and it's just like this beautiful, warm but not uncomfortably warm day. There's a lot of sun. The wind is really nice. This time, yeah, yesterday the wind would be just, you'd think like, oh, let the wind cool me off, but then the wind would be warm and it wouldn't work. Now it is like the wind is a nice breeze, so it's the perfect day. It is great. Not too warm, not too high humidity, refreshing, cooling wind. It's beautiful, and I'm really enjoying it. Right, so it is Saturday, the 30th of May 2026. Temperature is 26 degrees Celsius with 46% humidity. Huh? That's actually higher than yesterday. That's weird. It was 33, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. 5 kilometers an hour wind. Seems more than that. Whatever. 3% precipitation. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't know. Yeah, forecast is pretty much the same. 24 tomorrow, 23 Monday. And then it's hanging around between 22 and 19 degrees over the week with some rain. Right. But it's going to be still a very warm weekend, and I mean the temperature's great. Like around 20 is a great temperature. So I'm not complaining. It's just very un-Dutch of me. Although I doubt that any Dutch person out here is complaining about the current weather. I don't think that's gonna happen. Like everybody's agreeing like this is a great day, weather-wise. Even had a bit of a conversation with somebody in the supermarket who was thinking the same thing. Right. So, yeah, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. It's the last weekend of May. Then we're already in June. I can't believe how much time is flying. Right. Yeah, what am I gonna talk about? I got a couple of clips, not a lot, but funny ones. Okay, let's take a look in the news. I haven't looked at it before. I hope this is not gonna ruin my mood. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, super annoying. Just these Dutch politicians, these deep staters are so, like, egregiously hypocritical. And it's like they're not even noticing. Like, that's the craziest part. Like, they don't even realize, they don't seem to realize how unbelievably hypocritical they are. So apparently, according to this Yetten guy, it's fag, open, who's here supposedly the prime minister, and according to him, if you're partaking in a demonstration against an asylum-seeking center, that's, what do you call that? And I need to translate it. Sedition? Oh, okay. That's not the word that I thought it was gonna be, but yeah, he says that protesting against asylum seekers is sedition. I thought it was just like a natural right, really. Protest anything. But at the same time, he thinks that if you're partaking in demonstrations where literal terrorists are in there, like, let's just say, like ISIS people and all that, then it's just fine. Then it's not sedition. Like, just insane hypocrisy, and he's playing it. He's going to keep doing it, playing it off like it's perfectly normal to be absolutely brazenly two-faced about these things, because it's their new normal, and we're not taking it. All right, so that's going on. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, nothing super interesting. Other than, I mean, yeah, it seems to be a relatively peaceful day today. No extreme actions or whatever. No new missiles being sent. So in contrast, the last weekend, this looks like this weekend is going to be peaceful. I hope it holds. Right. So let's just enjoy the weekend. Oh, that tastes good. Yeah, yesterday's show was kind of interesting. Having this back and forth with LVA Paul. Talking a bit about Flat Earth again. It really, to me, I mean, when I talk with somebody that's still involved with FED or whatever, yeah, we talk, like, they really talk, and then eventually you'll start and, like, notice, like, okay, it's basically the same thing almost every day. But it's not about the subject anymore. It's about the psychology of the opponents. That's what FED really is about right now at this point. Has been for a while. Because, I mean, not after too long, if you're like gonna just watch it and you're a newcomer, you're gonna figure out the system. You're gonna figure out what's going on. The arguments from the flat earthers, the arguments from the ballers, you're gonna get through it very quickly now. Let's say like 6 years ago, you'd have to like follow a year or two, because we were still like developing that. Now it's all developed, so like pretty much every show you'll get to hear everything you need to know, basically, on average, I think. But yeah, that was kind of fun. And yeah, I haven't been contacted by this Roger Ledwell guy, but if he does, it could be interesting. Yeah, after the show yesterday, I also was hanging around worldwide debates. I like to do that typically. So yeah, hey, you want to talk to me face to face and not be on my show? Yeah, you can also just seek me out over there. But I mean, if you're gonna be trollish, then don't bother. I don't know why you'd want to do that anyway. Like, why? Why? Why not just actually try to have a conversation? Why not hear me out? I don't get it. And I mean, some people do. I'm not complaining. It's been overall pretty good over there. Oh yeah, we were talking about food again and salt. Because there's this guy over there that's just... He has this weird obsession against salt, like it's the ultimate evil, and it's ridiculous. So I am exactly of the opposite opinion. I think salt is great. Does all kinds of positive influences if you do it right. And yeah, because of that, it's a reoccurring subject. We talk a lot about salt. And I mean, hey, there is a lot to talk about salt, so... Yeah, but I'm not gonna do that here. Not right now, anyway. Yeah. Salt is fantastic. Yeah, hello Bullet Tooth Tony. Indeed. I mean, they call somebody that's like a crusher and very reliable, they call that the salt of the earth for a reason. And I mean, the Romans supposedly paid out their soldiers in salt for a reason. So, yeah. But there's always some weirdo out there that gets involved in the flat earth circles that just have these very strange opinions that they like obsess over, and it's like they want to ram it through. They want it to become big. And I mean, I have my thing, right? For me, it's like rectangular looping Earth and celestial non-local hologram, all that. But I mean, I think it's pretty legit. But there's people out there that are just like, salt is bad, it's ultimate evil. Like, why? I don't get it. But they just do it. And then there's other people that would have other similar weirdness. Damn it, I just had it in my thoughts. What was another example of those? Oh yeah. Like people that get caught up in Pete and Pete logic. That's a thing, some YouTube channel out there. And those are like kind of suspect guys who are basically taking it too far. Like, and they had this theory once where they're saying like water is not oxygen and hydrogen, and then like everybody dove right on board and like atoms aren't real, and it's like, oh, almost, you're almost correct, but it's just that the atomic model, how we've been taught to think of it, is not really correct. Probably is a model. It's only a model basically, and hey, it works, the ratios and all that, it works, but it's not actual proof that it's literally like how we visualize it, which is basically well done by science. By the teachings of it, of atomic theory, etc. And yeah, and then there's these guys like Pete and Pete that just take it too far, and they just say like, instead of like it's only a model, they say like it's completely fake, and that's just sowing confusion, right? It's like, oh, we're in a matrix, it's not actually real. Well, yeah, to a certain degree, but I mean, you can't take it too far and basically like float off to La La Land and make it completely psychotic. And there seems to be a market for that too. People that are just like, it's like this extremist hippie dippy shit, where it's literally just completely floating off into nonsense, like abandoning logic. And I guess it's just another form of escapism to not really actually have to carry the weight of the insights that are provided by all the revealing of the information. Because it has been so much, guys. I mean, the amount of information that's been revealed is staggering. And it does, like, if you put it all together, it does really kind of seem like, whoa, everything we were taught is a lie. Like, absolutely everything seems to have been slightly altered or given a model of how to think of it that then hides certain details. That's really what seems to be going on. Not like everything we taught is just completely false. Like, no, that's not true. It's just the way that we're taught to think about it is, it's elusive. It's not really provably wrong. It just forces you to think of it like, if the model works, it's real. It's like, no, that's not. The model is just a way of thinking of what's happening. It doesn't prove it's real. It's only a model. And that's really the problem. It's like a model society. Everything we get to learn is modeled in certain ways, and those models are designed to cut you off on deeper insights of the overstructure, the substructure of it all, the building block structure of it all. Like, that's kind of what it seems to be designed to do, cut you off so that you're provided like, this is it, now we know, and then you can let it go, move on, and leave it to the experts, right? That's part of the trick of the design of all this knowledge, how it's been assembled for us to learn. But that doesn't mean that it's actually fake. It's just the way that we're taught to think about it is fake. Yeah, complicated. Right, because there's many mysteries, even within physics. Like, what the hell is light? Wave-particle duality. Yeah, but there's not actually proof it's a particle. And there's not actually proof there's a wave either. It's just whatever the results were can be interpreted and then categorized by human habit into wave patterns, particle patterns. And that's all that's left. Like, that's where actually the whole thing is instead of going in the elementary of it with physics, which isn't what it's about. It's like figuring out the ultimate elementary traits of matter and all that. That's what physics really is about. But instead of doing that with light, it just guides you towards like certain things that were tested, and then it's a wave, it's a particle, and then you're caught in this physics sports contest between wavism and particleism, and because they can't be the same, so you then end up in this sort of intellectual struggle that they were set up for you to bump into that and then like pick a side. It's like an ever ongoing sports game inside of physics, and if you're really into physics, that's what you bump into, that's what you get caught up in. And then you feel really smart for knowing about it and choosing some kind of position within it. But it's all just set up like that. Well, it's neither is true. Yeah. And the world's full of that kind of a thing. Like, really sophisticated people figured it out. Then they basically created systems to oversimplify it, and then left us with that. Like, the education is directed towards the simpler mind. It's like the default. Like, it's always like whatever we do at the top, like we have to eventually be able to adapt it somehow. We have to be able to present it to the people that aren't at the tip of the spear, because they can't handle that. And that's how you then end up with these model systems. Alright, anyway, it's a kind of a deep thought. I hope you could follow what I'm talking about. I think, I mean, the particle-wave duality of light is a really good example of what I'm talking about. And I've been on that for like a long time. And I keep bumping into more videos, and it's like there's still a lot of division even in it. Like, I have this video that I downloaded at some point, and there's a professor in there, and he's basically saying like, no, light is absolutely a wave and never a particle. And it's like, it's foolproof. It's like he is completely correct, except that he is going with the presupposition of the wave. That part he's completely wrong, and I know he's wrong. So it's neither a particle and neither a wave. What is it? Too bad. Figure it out then. Yeah, figure it out. Yeah, you'll probably never get there. That's the reality. That's what we really are. That's where we are. Yeah? Oh, you're so smart. Oh, you really know out there. Oh, it's definitely a wave. Here's all the evidence. See, it's perfect, foolproof. It's not a particle. Like, yeah, but it's also not a wave. You got that part wrong. You skipped all the same things, what you did with the particle analysis, and you skipped all that with the wave. Never addressing the actual measurement of the speed of light, which is literally non-existent. And it'll trigger a whole bunch of technical people out there. They're oh, look at the camera, really slow down. No. It's not. Appearances is not a measurement. It's complicated, but I can analyze it like that now. In a sense, I have become like an expert, like a substructural expert, understanding the substructures within physics, like knowing what's going on, knowing how it was assembled, where the mistakes was in the assembly of this knowledge. And I'm talking about like the guys like Feynman and all that really built it all the way back. I can follow what they were doing, how they were doing it, and I can spot the human mistakes that you cannot overcome, that they're basically saddling the entire world with. They're saddling the world with their human mistakes of interpretation. And everybody out there in the world is like, yeah, they just can't freaking figure it out. They can't see it because it's so complicated, and this guy is, well, technically correct with their models. So then they're just like, okay, he's the expert, like we can't get it. So we're just gonna follow what he said. And that's what the world is now. And it's fascinating to me. Fascinating to see like that I can figure out how did they actually draw these conclusions. I'm very proud of that, and I had the talent to do that sort of thing much younger, except it would still be like kind of chaotic to me, so I would feel like, hey, they're doing something that I'm getting this feeling like there's something wrong about what they're doing, but I can't really pinpoint it. Now it's like, yeah, I've absorbed all the details, and it's like, yo, I get it now. I get why I felt those impulses about it when I was young. I totally called it. I just didn't have any grasp on it to actually be able to pinpoint exactly why I got that feeling. Now I do. Took me a long damn time. Damn long time, really. Right? But it is like that. And the world is full of this. It's full of illusions and models, ideas that require you to believe to get it. And the world is full of this. Like, our minds are filled with this, with systems, stories, entertainment, that all abide by this format. Gathering marbles, models like marbles, like a whole bunch of marbles, and look at our elaborate society with all our knowledge and all the discussions, and we got all our marbles. Look at how many we have. Yeah, but all the marbles are all just models. They're all models. And you have to look through it to get the substructures, to get the deeper connections, and you'll understand even more. But to keep holding on to it and then creating weird-ass mathematical-based submodels based on the superficial models that you started out with. So they keep sub-building on the models, marbles under marbles. Instead of realizing there is no marble, the marble is just an idea that fits really nicely in the mind at first, but there's actually this fractal substructure that makes that there is no marbles. There is just this fractal pattern that connects it all. And the fractal patterns has points within the fractal that make it appear like it is a marble, like it is a complete thing, but it's just a part of the fractal pattern. Yeah? That's my model. That's the universal model. The thing that I figured out when I was 17. I had this... No, wait. Yeah, 17, I think. This is before the drug-induced vision. This is before the big vision. This is like what in my in my old room as a teenager, already kind of smoking dope and shit occasionally, not that much yet. But then I had this moment where it's like this tunnel experience, seeing everything at every scale, and I just knew it's one fractal pattern. All of reality is one pattern, the pattern. And that's a model. That's a theoretical model. But it is, though. It has held up ever since. Also because, well, you can't really pin down anything about it because it's just the model of the substructure of all things. And it's an idea. It's a way of approaching all of it. To get away from the isolated atomistic thinking. Away from just seeing everything as a giant collection of marbles. Because that is the problem. Yeah, we like the marbles. We have this instinct for it. Just like we like the globe Earth. It's like balls. Like there's something about it that does something with the psyche for a lot of people, and it gives us peace. It's also shape-wise, symbolically, it's of course the ultimate symbol of completion, right? It's the 3D circle. Circle is like the completeness. A ball is like 3D completeness, like shape-wise. It does that to our psyche, probably. So the mind tends to, I guess, latch onto models, like marbles. Then we can just isolate a thing and grain it specifically and not necessarily, like, basically prefer it as a model that it is isolated and completed over actually figuring out the substructure, how it all connects to other things. Because when you figure that out, well, then the cohesion in your mind of the model as a marble, as a whole holistic thing, it fades away, because the substructures show that it's not just a marble, not just that model. And then you lose that grasp, that certainty, that feeling of control, of complete and total understanding. Like an internal understanding, but it is not eternal because it's limited to the model. So it's like an illusion. We have an illusion effect in our minds where we want to feel like gods. And in order to feel like gods, we want to think that we have complete control, complete oversight. We just seek out any of the omnis, right? Omnipotence, omnivision, omni-knowledge. But it's an illusion. Because if you really had that grasp, you'd know that you can't have the grasp. That you don't get the reward of thinking that you got the whole thing from one perspective. You can't have that then. That's what you find out when you really go for it. So most people then just settle for the illusion of just feeling like you're a god. Deluding yourself into it. And that's natural. It's a natural response to attaining the powers of knowledge. Because knowledge is power. And since power has an influence, a corrupting influence, so does attaining knowledge. And it comes within the knowledge, like the way you assimilate it. It eventually becomes interpreted through a lens of control and grasp, and therefore atomism, because through atomic thinking that provides more grasp, more of a feeling of quantity of models, quantity of substance. Anyway, yeah, I think I made my point. It's a lot of people will completely get what I just said, and then an equal amount of people are going to be like, what the fuck kind of hippy dippy blabber vague bullshit was that, Arwen? I get it, and I can't help you. If that's what you think, that's what it is. Then I'm just figuring out substructures and evading model thinking, evading the marbles. Yeah, I don't need my marbles. Yeah, Arwen here, I've strived hard to lose all my marbles. Yeah, it's almost like I set it all up just for that little joke. Oh, and you're like, I got more marbles than you. I'm richer. I'm better. Yeah, then the ego loves models, loves collecting them, loves the isolation of them and how they limit actual fractal grasp. They love it. The devil loves it, and your ego loves it. And yeah, because the ego can turn it into a chip on your shoulder. See? If you truly grasp, like, no, all is one, like literally all is one, yeah, then the ego has nothing to grasp onto because it's all one. Like, all is one is the ultimate ego killer. I gotta put this in the title. I mean, it is definitely worth to put in the title, but I mean, how though? Yeah, let's do it. You up today? I'm going anywhere? Nope, I ain't going nowhere. P. J. Poner. Yeah, I guess I'm very psychological and yeah, all about the substructure. Ironically, what I'm doing is like actually modeling all things. That's the irony of it all. It's like, it's just a model of all things is just very different from the more compartmentalized, isolated type marbles of knowledge that we get presented, that we get taught, through which everything is structured in its presentation. The models of our understanding. Yeah, I should probably do that, actually. Models of understanding. The models of understanding we are taught are like marbles, easy to grasp, limiting confusion, and appealing to the ego. Yeah. What? Models of understanding? That's so weird, man. Sometimes it's just I get dyslexic, I guess. I just don't. I'm like too much. I'm basically having like a Mandela effect as I'm watching it. It's like in my mind I see the perfection, but then I don't pick up on when it's not actually written down like it is in my mind. So I didn't see the understand. Models of understand makes no sense. In my mind it was understanding and I just didn't see it first time. Now I corrected it. But I mean, that happens a lot to me. It's very weird. That I'm just so zoned into like how I'm seeing it in my mind that I'm not actually visually picking it up. Anyway, yeah, I hope everybody's having a great day. It's 44 minutes into the show. I think I've been kind of inspired. This is like, I guess it's kind of today's is really but yeah, I'm into that. I'm into structure, patterns, the pattern of all things. It's like you just have a structure, then you analyze the structure so you can categorize it into substructures, and then eventually you'll figure out the limit of the amount of interpretations of the substructures until it then starts to synchronize and meet up with the substructures of every other thing and model. You just start to notice certain pattern consistencies. You get a feel for it actually, before you can actually figure it out intellectually. And I go a lot on feeling, and my feeling is really very right about these things. Problem is not that my feeling doesn't pick up on it. The problem is that my mind can then not necessarily immediately figure out what my feelings exactly are picking up. Spent half a lifetime trying to focus and perfect figuring that out, following my intuition around for its perception, and then just carefully, gradually building an understanding that actually can then intellectually, cognitively back the intuition. Explain why that intuition is even there. Right? And it requires a certain level of trust in yourself and trust in the design. It's like everything that happens for a reason. I know it sounds really corny. It's like an old-fashioned saying, and like to inspire trust and all that, and maybe in God. But I mean, what if it's like absolutely 100% the most literal truth imaginable? Yeah, everything happens for a reason. What if that? Well, according to my pattern theory, the pattern of all things, that is inevitable. That absolutely everything happens for a reason. And it's really our egos and our contemporary limited views of the total reality that makes us go dissonant with it, where we're like, we don't like this from our perspective. So it feels to us, because of our limited view of the total reality, how everything actually works, including on the other dimension and all that, and after death and everything, we don't really know. We have models, we don't really know. And because of that limitation, we just look at things that are like really dark or horrifying or really stupid, and we're just like, why did you do this to us, God? Yeah, well, you're just not seeing it right. And it's always that. Always. Everything happens for a reason. And if you can't see that, then you're blinded. And it doesn't make you a bad person, because everybody is kind of blinded. Getting the blindfolds off in life is part of the development in life. It's part of the way you get wisdom, is being able to take the blindfold off gradually, more and more. But I mean, there is a balance and there is a justice to everything. If something horrifying happens, it does also change the future. There is like a response to it, and it cannot be avoided. And if you try to lock it out of your mind, then you become dislocated with the reality, with the reality of the spirit weave, of the spirit ether that connects us all through the dream world. Everything that happens has a consequence. And only in people, their own delusion, their own cutting themselves off from reality, from insight, from God, is what can make you mistakenly believe that things can happen without any consequence. That is the delusion. And hey, if you're very short-sighted and you can only see what's happening directly around you and you have no spiritual feel for anything, then it may very well seem that if you just randomly did something really dark and not made yourself not feel guilty about it active, that there's no consequence then. It can just be made to seem like that. But that's your ego locking out reality. And it can then be kept in place, at least for a while. But eventually it will get back to you. That's also part of the reason how like really dark deeds, even if you didn't even mean to be evil, can like really haunt you for your half your lifetime or your entire lifetime until you're dead. Because they do have consequences. Yeah, reality doesn't care that much in how you think of it, whether you agree. It just works in a certain way, and things have consequences. Everything happens for a reason. And yeah, you can attribute models to it and then rest with that. But if there's something natural, something that you're overlooking, for whatever reason, you're going to be dislocated with reality. And you can go with that very far. Yeah, God actually allows people to be delusional, but not forever, right? Ignorance is bliss is a saying for a good reason, but they always leave out the second part. Second part of ignorance is bliss is, and then you die. That's like the second part. And you should know that. You should know that that's quite literal. That is what happens eventually. You can't just project a make-believe thing on reality and hold on to it forever without consequence. What you can't see can get to you. Anyway, hope you all appreciate the show. Don't forget to Rogans it up. Hope this is not all too meta for you. I love it. Like, I could watch this show back and be like, man, I'm freaking crushing it. I'm all fractal grasp on everything. Because I am doing that. That's exactly why I'm able to do this and keep oversight. Right, anyway, I'm going to take this book. It's beautiful weather outside and a nice cool breeze. Don't forget to Rogans it up if you're liking the show, and also don't forget to stay hydrated. It is pretty much summer right now. What is this? Oh. That was great. Yeah, I almost feel like, what can I even add after all that? I mean, this is like a core principle for me. What I've tried to explain in like I'm not gonna blame you if it's like a little bit too much. It just was confusing. It might be worth to listen to it a couple of times. And hopefully at some point you will start to see it. You'll see the sub patterns. Because it's very hard to let go of models, or to just realize like, no, well, what I explained. Like, models are not the end. It's not the completion. It's just a model. What? The fuck? You freaking ad. Fuck off. Don't do that. Yeah, have a conversation with me, and if you have a conversation with me and it's interesting, then I wouldn't mind if you wanna share your channel or whatever. But I mean, don't just post a link and that's it. Don't do that. Looks like OBS might be having a bit of hiccups. Oh, maybe it was just one hiccup. Alright, an hour into the show. Let's play some of these videos. So let's play this one first. Oh yeah, hilarious. Hey, come on.
Oh, you're terrible. Who are you? What are you doing in our house?
I'm from the future. I'm here to warn you, don't eat that food.
Why not?
The eggs, they're full of cholesterol.
What?
Cholesterol, it clogs up your arteries. Eating even just one egg can dramatically increase your chance of heart attack. Don't eat eggs.
Oh my god, thank you.
You're welcome. Godspeed.
Well, I guess I better take those eggs.
Wait! Stop!
You're back!
Yeah, we were wrong about the eggs.
How?
Well, it turns out there's two types of cholesterol. There's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol, and eggs actually have both. So you can eat eggs, but just don't eat the egg yolks. So stick with the egg whites.
Yes, thank you.
Godspeed. Wait! We were wrong about the eggs.
Again?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so it turns out that the amount of cholesterol in a food doesn't actually affect how much cholesterol ends up in your blood. The eggs are probably fine. In fact, we sort of don't even know what cholesterol is. But the steak! You can't eat the steak!
Why not?
Turns out that red meat increases your chance of heart attack. You have to cut out red meat. So no steak!
Thank you.
Godspeed.
Look on that guy's face.
What? No steak, mister.
Wait!
He gets it.
We were wrong about the steak. The toast. Man was not meant to eat bread.
What do you mean man was not meant to eat bread?
Well, if you think about it, human beings should really only be eating what our Paleolithic ancestors ate. So, therefore, no bread, no toast. Turns out it's genetic. Doesn't matter whether you exercise or what you eat. I'm sorry I ruined your meal.
Only 10 minutes.
Do you want some eggs?
I'd love.
I mean, that's genius. Because everything about that is true. Like, that is the bullshit that we did. That they tried to roll on us in like the last few decades. And how all of it has just turned out to be complete bullshit. And I mean, I'm glad I figured that out very early. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna buy it. Like, yeah, definitely gonna keep eating eggs, and when I can, definitely gonna eat red meat. Yeah. But yeah, I love these kinds of little videos. They're great. Because it's so true, and it's funny. It's presented in a very funny way. Love it. Here's another one, a little bit more silly and extreme, but really funny though. It's just something like a joke that's just taken to the absolute absurd extents of what you could do with it. Amazing. So let's watch this one.
You cheated. As of now, everyone in this room's test scores from last week have been tossed. They've been developing test questions for a brand new exam that you are going to take to make up for last week's scores right now. By some miracle, you all managed to score even better on yesterday's exam. We're gonna take another exam with questions written by me and me only, which means I'm also the only person in the world who could help you cheat. And guess what? I'm not gonna do that. So how'd you do it? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. You get it right, you pass this class. You get it wrong, you fail. Yesterday, when Jeremy guessed 17, I was thinking to myself, well, that's just lucky Jeremy. And then when Eric and Michaela and Tori all correctly guessed the numbers that I was thinking of, I began to lose all faith in reason. One of you has implanted a chip into my brain. I'm coming for you. But what remains to be seen is if you can tell me what's going to happen in my future. These are my mother's ashes. She died, as you all accurately answered on your exam. I can't teach you anything. You already know everything. You already know everything. What are the winning Powerball numbers this weekend? Woo! I'm fucking rich! Wait a minute. Is my wife cheating on me? I fucking knew it, that fucking bitch. Do aliens really exist? Who killed JFK? 9/11. Let's start with Tower 7. What really happened? How do I become best friends with Bruno Mars? Bruno Mars just asked me to open for him at MetLife. Well, that was insane. The feeling of euphoria can never be that good again, right? Right? You guys are absolutely sure about this? How do I get off heroin? When am I going to die? So little time left. Israel, Palestine. How do we fix that? You gave me the Nobel Peace Prize, huh? What are we doing about Ukraine? I've been offered Secretary of State, but it's not enough. How do I overthrow the president? All right, he's dead, but I think his wife saw me. What am I supposed to do? All right, she's dead. Who should I pick as my VP? I don't fucking need you. You need me. I don't need you. You need me. Oh, you guys were right.
Wow. Amazing. Oh. Yeah. I mean, that's just special. Like, it contained everything. Epic, dude. Yeah. So yeah, I really wanted to share those. I love them. Like when it's psychological, when it has real world information, development information in it, and it's funny. Like that's what I love. That's what these are the types of clips that I want to bump into on X, and that's what I'll share on my show after the first hour. Right. Only got 2 this time though. But amazing. Don't forget to Rogans it up if you're liking it. Thank you for the Rogans up, whoever did that. Let's take another look around. Maybe something new has happened. Oh God. US gonna do they're preparing for boots on the ground in Iran. It's so stupid. It's annoying. They can't win. They're probably not gonna do it, but it's just so tedious. In the meantime, Israel's still bombing the shit out of Lebanon. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. All right. Let's see if, yeah, I wanna. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, models of understanding we are taught. With some examples: light, atoms, geology. Because that is where, I mean, those are also the example that I've given. So, and of course, there's much more than just that. But it was worth to add some examples, since there's still space in the title. Yeah. Maybe I should put religion in there too. Yeah, geology, cosmology is a much better example than geology. Right, because we're talking about specifically models of things that are not so testable, right? The problem with light is like you can't really go any deeper. Problem with atoms is you can't really go any deeper without just being resorting to math, basing it on the model of atomism. And in a way, with cosmology, we also have limits. Can't actually really go everywhere, figure everything out exactly. So it's also a model. And that's actually the thing that I was trying to communicate. The models of understanding. I should probably just round out the show. But I don't wanna. Alright. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna round out the show. Sorry for the silent part. I mean, you still probably need a lot of time to just let everything sink that I talked about the first hour anyway. I kinda need that. Right. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed it. Made you think. Any feedback would be great. Right, so thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the gift card, PayPal, Patreon, gift card, links are on the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel, support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I can really use it. Right, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2649 on a Sunday. Hope to see you all then. Have a great rest of the Saturday. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to stay hydrated. And until the next video, keep it flat.